Gender discrimination refers to biases regarding gender, which refer to the unequal treatment of members of one gender towards members of another gender, especially the unequal treatment of men towards women. The inequality between genders leads to gender discrimination in society, but it can also be used to refer to any differential treatment caused by gender. Gender stereotypes are common beliefs or prejudices about the personality traits, appearance, behavior, and roles of a certain gender. Stereotypes can be positive or negative. Positive stereotypes such as strong males and gentle females. Men are the backbone of the family, while women are the helpers of the virtuous. Negative stereotypes such as male indifference and female weakness. But whether positive or negative stereotypes are, their essence is the same, and they may limit diversity, opportunities, and ability development for different genders. The main forms of expression are reflected in clothing, appearance and behavior, personality, family and career choices, and their impact runs through all stages of life. Gender stereotypes can also affect people's self-evaluation and their evaluation of sexual minorities. Labor workers, college students, and corporate employees may all face gender discrimination and stereotypes. In the workplace, women may face salary disparities, unequal promotion opportunities, and limitations in career choices. Among college students, there may be gender stereotypes about their majors and professions, which can affect their employment choices. Enterprise employees may face gender discrimination, such as unequal treatment in terms of salary and career development. These issues reflect the gender inequality that still exists in society. In this study on gender discrimination and gender stereotypes, we used a questionnaire survey to collect data. Before that, we considered collecting data on gender discrimination through literature analysis. But through the analysis of relevant literature, we found that the timeliness of the data in the references was not guaranteed, because we were committed to analyzing the views of different groups on gender discrimination and stereotypes in today's social environment, and most of the data in the literature came from several years ago. This is not consistent with our research direction. In addition, the data obtained from the analysis of the literature is also subject to the subjective factors of the author, because we cannot guarantee that the author's position and attitude are consistent with ours. For collecting data through questionnaire survey, we can not only ensure the authenticity and timeliness of the collected data, but also make the collected data conform to our theme and intention. The following are the details of the survey. We have collected 62 pieces of data. Through the analysis of the data, we can know that among the cognition of young college students, gender discrimination is the most serious among labor workers, and college students think that gender discrimination and stereotypes are also serious in the environment where they live. However, according to the data in question 5, about 60% of those surveyed did not think gender conflict was a serious problem. In terms of solving problems, 46.77% of the data shows that we should solve the problem of gender discrimination by ourselves, and the cause of gender discrimination is considered by most people to be bad culture and tradition. There are some philosophical distinctions between Eastern and Western perspectives on stereotypes and sexism. Gender equality and women's rights have been actively supported by some thinkers and movements in Western philosophy, particularly since the Age of Enlightenment. For instance, Mary Wollstonecraft and John Stuart Mill, two prominent Enlightenment intellectuals, argued in favor of equal rights and liberties for women. In addition, the contemporary feminist movement has been crucial in dismantling prejudices and misogyny in Western philosophy. Depending on one's cultural and theological background, opinions regarding sexism and stereotypes might differ in Eastern philosophy. Given their focus on harmony and balance, certain Eastern philosophical traditions could emphasize the complementary roles that men and women play in the home and in society rather than their antagonistic relationship. Examples of traditions that emphasize cooperation and coordination between men and women are Taoist and Confucian, which have notions about the balance and complementarity of yin and yang. There are still many gender discrimination and stereotypes in today's society. Every nation in the world, including China, faces gender discrimination in the workplace. Gender discrimination in the labor market has become more prevalent as a result of the market economy's increased rivalry and China's worsening work conditions. Gender norms frequently impede women from pursuing employment opportunities, which impacts the egalitarian principle, impedes the development of a positive social legal consciousness, and dampens women's passion for their jobs. The terms difference, exclusion, and consequential deprivation are impairment of the same employment opportunities as the opposite sex refer to discrimination against women in the workplace. It also includes hiring a member of a particular sex at a salary that is unreasonable compared to that of the other member, as well as losing that member's job security. Even while sexism distinguishes between men and women, discrimination against women is more prevalent in everyday life. A review of recent literature reveals that the following are the main causes of gender discrimination in the workplace. Firstly, employers preferring men for financial reasons. Secondly, long-standing social and cultural traditions in China of emphasizing men and despising women contributing to the lack of recognition of women in the workplace. And thirdly, the lack of laws exacerbating gender discrimination by leaving women who are treated unfairly in the workplace with nowhere to lodge complaints. Regardless of gender, color, religion, or other aspects of identity, everyone should have equal access to opportunity. Consequently, it is believed that gender discrimination is unfair and has to be stopped. Liberal philosophy emphasizes the freedom and rights of the individual, which includes the freedom to choose employment and occupation. Gender discrimination restricts the freedom of the individual and is therefore seen as a violation of liberal ideals. A theoretical foundation for in-depth analysis and critique of discrimination and gender inequality is provided by feminist philosophy, with a focus on women's rights, liberties, and dignity. Feminist philosophers investigate the origins, consequences, and remedies of sexism. Gender discrimination is a result of power disparity and social structures, according to critical theory, which focuses on the critical investigation of power relations and social structures. In order to bring about social change and justice, it highlights the necessity of addressing gender discrimination through critical thought and action. According to social constructivism, gender is not determined by biology but rather is an outcome of social construction. Therefore, it is believed that social attitudes and structures need to change in order to address gender discrimination and stereotypes, which are byproducts of socio-cultural systems. In conclusion, I think philosophy has greatly aided in the battle against sexism and gender stereotypes in contemporary society. I have also gained a great deal of knowledge about cases and perspectives against these issues from philosophical studies, which will further social progress and aid in the liberation of more oppressed and stereotyped members of society.